Welcome to Break Into Tech Show with Professor Temi Akinwumi of MyITUniversity, a multi-award-winning tech CEO, career coach, and mentor. With decades of hands-on tech career, will ensure your career dreams come true. Join our extraordinary show today on groundbreaking topic for a successful career. Do you want a $100,000 job as a cybersecurity professional, Scrum Master, Business Analyst Software QA, Cloud Architect, Data Analyst, Technical Recruiter, and more? Visit www.myituniversity.com to schedule a call. Come and get inspired to secure a lucrative job, keep the job, and grow on the job. Relax, receive, and see results. We're glad you're here. Share, like, and comment.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining. Today we are live, and it's going to be a powerful discussion. My name is Professor Temi, and I'll be your host for today. If you're joining me anywhere in the world, I need to know where you're joining me from so I can welcome you properly. If you can just share your first name and your location, I'll be glad to welcome you. Okay, I have my engineers here. Oluseyi, welcome. Hope you are doing well. Oluseyi, where are you joining us from? We have Ajayi Adeola always here. Thank you. As well as Oluseyi. Thank you for joining us today. Where are you joining us from? And then we have Dignity of Umahood. Welcome. Good morning. I hope you are doing well. Where are you joining us from? Let's see where you're joining from. Oluseyi from Maryland. Thank you all the way. Live in Maryland. Oh my goodness. And also Adeola is from Maryland. Wow. Maryland is winning the game today. And we have New Jersey in the house. Feyisholami, welcome. I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. We meet here every Wednesday morning, Eastern Time, from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 hour. It takes a lot to use 1 hour of your time to meet. It takes a lot to use 5 hours of my time to prep to be here. And I'm glad that you're able to come. I'm telling you, if you've been coming here, you know your life has changed because you've learned a lot over the years. And today is not going to be an exception. We are going to have fun. We are going to learn. We are going to enjoy. And today, you know what we're going to be doing? We are going live to third-party risk management, and it's going to be fun. I see one of our super engineers in the house. Good morning, Texas, representing Rachel. Rachel, thank you so much for being here, for all that you do. It's a leader in our community as well. I'm grateful for you all, and I'm thankful that you are able to join us. Let's go this morning, guys. I'm super excited. I'm fired up, and we're going to have fun. So, guys, the best time to break into tech is now. There's never been a better time to break into tech. You know, I keep telling you that. And if you are ready to go, let's go. We can make it happen for you as well. Schedule a call at MyITUniversity.com, and I'm going to speak with you personally. Personally, I'm going to guide you, be your mentor, your coach. I'm going to be your career coach and mentor for life, and I'm going to help you break into cybersecurity. They know how it rolls here, guys. Okay? People know how to. Can you tell them how our program is rolling here? We are for live. We are for real. Okay? If you want to break into tech, there's never a better place. Joyful Joy, welcome from Maryland. Oh my God, Maryland is going to win. Texas, you guys need to go and get more people. New Jersey, you better get more people in here because you know what? Maryland is winning. We have Maryland winning the house right now. Okay? You got to get more people in here. So we're going to get started. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And I'm super excited that today will be a great day. So let's get started. Now, for people that are really trying hard to break in, and like I said, make sure you schedule a call with me. It can be for you or for somebody that you know. We have classes starting you know, soon. So we have some classes starting like end of May and some classes starting end of June. So you can, ask, your lovely family that are trying to break into tech to reach out. They will never regret coming here because here is a community. It's a community. Everybody type in here community. Type in here community. And the good part is that all our programs are on sales. Everything is 20% off right now, guys. Can you imagine that? Everything is 20% off. You can never get that anywhere else. You can never get that anywhere else, guys. Everything is 20% off. So because of the sales we are doing, the special promo, even the classes are 20% off. In some classes, we are saving like $800. Thank you, guys. Community, that's what we do. You all know that. We meet every Saturday. We meet every Saturday, non-stop, continuously, to mentor, to coach, to guide us. And we might be coming back to Clubhouse. We've been meeting on Clubhouse for the past. We've been meeting every single Friday. There was a time we were meeting every day during COVID. We've been on Clubhouse for 3 years plus, but we kind of, left Clubhouse a little bit. But people are calling me back, like, Professor, we need to come back to Clubhouse. Some people are here. Tech is not here. We need to bring tech back to Clubhouse. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll think about it. Maybe we can just do Fridays. Are you ready for Clubhouse? Back to Clubhouse? Clubbing every Friday for an hour. Are you guys up for that? If you are up for Clubhouse, put in there Clubhouse so that I'll know you are on board with that. It's gonna be fun than before, actually. Clubhouse is always a fun place. We do a lot of interview prep, resume, LinkedIn live every Saturday. Every Friday. That's additional workload for me, but I'm willing to do it. If you guys are willing to, I'm sure we have a very big community. They're like over 5,000 community member on Clubhouse. So I don't mind to come back and just keep on empowering the community. Exactly. Excellent. I'll let you guys know the schedule. Okay, guys, so let's get started. Today we're going to be looking at third party. For anybody that's trying to break in, like I mentioned, feel free to schedule a call. We have classes starting, and we also have a referral fees. So if you bring anybody in, there's affiliation fees so that you can also get compensated for that. So reach out and let them just schedule a call and just text me. And I'll be more than excited to help you get started. Okay, and you can save some money as we break in. So you remember last week, we started this series, right? And we're discussing further into the series. So what I've done here, I've prepared question and answers for us. So we can go over the question and answer for third-party interview prep, scenario-based, and I'm going to walk you through the process of, in this situation, what will you do? Then I'll walk you through a STAR method of what you will have done in that situation. Because when you go for interview, there are different types of interview questions. There are general-based interview questions where they ask you general questions like, tell me about yourself. Why should I hire you? What is your motivation? What are your soft skills? What are your hard skills? Why are you the best fit for this position? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? Those are called general questions. But in the other, and we also have situational questions and scenario-based questions, behavioral questions. So today I'm prepped for you some situational question, behavioral question, scenario-based, that's going to help you understand, in this scenario, what will you do? Last week, we did 5 questions. Today, I have like 15 plus questions to share with you. So have your notepad and pen ready, and we're going to walk ourselves through and explain what we are going to be learning. So put in their classroom, because right now we're going to be going back to classroom. You're having a free 1 hour of classroom, guys. Isn't that fun? So I'm just going to zoom through what we did last week. Last week we did 5 questions. We did question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5. Okay, guys. Classroom. Excellent, guys. So now we continue from 6. Excellent. So, question. What is a vendor risk questionnaire and what should it include? Remember, right now in our mentoring program, like I mentioned to you, if you're trying to break into cybersecurity, it's like 8 pillars. It's even more than 6 looking at it. We have training, coaching, mentoring, right? Internship, interview prep, mock interview like what we're doing now, okay? We have resume and LinkedIn optimization, right? We have salary negotiation, okay? So right now we're doing just one part of the 8 that we do. And in our Saturday mentoring internship program, we just started a third party, 8 weeks of third party real life stakeholder project. Can you guys, how many of you guys are in that community and you are in the mentoring? How many people, if you are in the mentoring community with us and you started with third party with us on Saturday, I need you to put in there for me, yes. Just put yes, simple yes. A lot of you guys are starting and you are in the community. Or you can even put in there the name of your program. What program are you under? Because right now we started one with Microsoft, we have Hilton, and so we have 4 different ones. Put in there for me the name of the community you belong right now, the project you're working on, and the stakeholder that is you're under. We have 4 new ones we are starting. So if you're trying to break in, yes, Margaret, welcome. If you're trying to break in, reach out because this is the best place to be. I'm serious. So you put yes and let me know what project are you working under for your internship. Put in there your internship program. Very good. So Margaret said Microsoft. I'm telling you. See, you see, guys? You guys need to see this. Microsoft, okay, that's someone. Margaret, okay. Another one that somebody is working on. Okay. I just say Netflix. Excellent. This is what we just started last week, this Saturday. So this is their first week of this mentorship, the new one. We have done like 12 projects, different stakeholders for third party. So we are going on the next round right now. Yeah, Jude, yes. I need to know, just give me the name of the project you've done with us, the stakeholders you supported. Put in there and I'm going to share that. Welcome, Jude. I hope you are doing well. Okay, guys, as we are going, I'm waiting. I want to see flow of the project you worked on with us. I need you to put in there so I can share. People know here we're not playing, okay? It's not just training. The people tell you how I will train you. No, it's not just training. It's mentorship, internship. So you can do hands-on project. Jude, what project did you work on? Put it in there for me. Okay, I'm waiting for those and I'll be sharing that as we go. It doesn't disturb what I'm doing. So, question, what is vendor risk questionnaire and what should it include? Many of you have done projects here with us, questionnaire, where we use Eramba to set up questionnaire. We send it out to the vendors. So, for this scenario, this use case, I'm looking at Bright Pharmacy. Bright Pharmacy is a pharmaceutical company that we're using right now to answer this question. Bright Pharmacy required all third-party vendor to complete a security questionnaire. So meaning that Bright Pharmacy needs to hire or needs to bring on board some new vendors, okay? It can be suppliers of medication. It can be suppliers of, payroll support. It can be help desk. It can be, it can be anybody. It can be clerks, people, that supply them staffing or whatever. So there are cleaners. It can't be anybody that's going to incorporate or collaborate with them, work together with them as a supplier or, vendor or, contractor, partners, all of them. They will work together. We tag them as vendor with one word, and they need to see their questionnaire to see exactly what to do. Thank you, Jude. You work on Microsoft project. So now, what is the task? So situation, task, action and report. There will be a situation. In that scenario situation, you have to do something. It's the task involved, the action that you will take, and the result that you will get. So that's the STAR method. That's how you must underline the word must. This is how you must answer interview questions. Always. Don't just give one yes answer. No, you must say it this way. So situation, so task. I had to update our standard questionnaire to align with HIPAA or PCI DSS, meaning that maybe HIPAA is for healthcare, PCI DSS is for credit card organizations that deal with credit card receive or store or process credit card data, right? So he has to update that because he needs to ask this vendor question aligned to that, right? And action now. I added sections on data handling, right? Access control, third-party access, and breach notification procedure. It can be more, right? Just to make sure that they're handling data correctly, they're encrypting their data in use, in transit, or in storage. How do you manage your data? How do you handle the data? How do you control access? How do you do account management? How do you, all those things? Okay, so you add as much as possible so that you can ask those questions. And also, and the result, it's improved vendor response rates and enable easier risk scoring in our GRC tool. There are various GRC tools. We use Eramba. There's ServiceNow, right? So there's so many ones that we are exposed to that we also use in here. Okay, let's continue. So that's the first question. Are you guys following me? So next question. How do you determine critical or not critical vendors? Some vendors are critical and some are not critical. So the first thing, when they ask you this kind of question, I hope you guys are following me. Okay. Situation. I implemented a vendor tiering framework for Bright Pharmacy. Right? So task. We needed a pre-prioritized view due to audit resource constraints. So if you look at the where you tier your vendor, you need to know which vendor is critical, which vendor is high, moderate, or low, right? Based on the question you asked them and the answer they gave you. So I assess impact on operations, I assess impact on data sensitivity and contractual obligation. Okay, and 12 out of 47 vendors were flagged as critical and scheduled for re-enhancing monitoring. Because you have to do continuous monitoring, you have to be able to check on the vendors, see which area they need to improve, because without that, they can't be given a contract. You can't sign any agreement with them. So that's why it's very important that we continue to do our due diligence before we even sign any contract with them, and even after that. Are you guys following? Is anyone here working as a third-party vendor? Anybody? Anybody working as a third-party vendor? So question 8. What steps should you take if a critical vendor suffers a data breach? When your critical vendor suffers data breach, what do you do? What do you do? So let's go over the scenario. So one of Bright Pharmacy cloud vendor notified us of a security incident. They let you know there's an incident. So the first task, I was tasked with leading the internal response coordination, right? So let's say, for example, You might be in a team that's coordinating that, or you might be the lead, just meaning that you are part of the team. When you break into tech, that doesn't mean you're going to be a lead. We're just using this as a scenario, because when you are new, you can't lead nothing. You can't really need nothing. You're just going to be supporting the program, right? So so the first thing you would do, the situation, is to do what? Is to notify. Once they notify you of that, then the task is I was assigned as a lead, and the action is I immediately review our SLA. Put in the chat room, what is SLA? Breach clause. There's a clause in that SLA. Triggered our incident response plan. There's a plan in place that need to be started immediately. That means that breach has triggered that plan. That means your plan need to come into action, and work with vendor CISO to obtain the impact report. Meaning there's a service level agreement. There's an agreement that if this thing happens, we'll do this. So whatever plan you've had in place to do in scenario when that happens, that incident response plan, because it's an incident, you need to respond to that incident immediately. So that incident response plan needs to be triggered. And then you work with the Chief Information Security Officer to obtain the impact report. Say, what kind of impact has this thing had on the organization? What can we do right away? Because data breach is not a small thing, right? So the results, our transparency with leadership and customer preserve trust, because the major thing is to make sure that your customers still have trust in you. Incident can happen, but when there is no transparency into what is involved and what is going on the incident, the customer may not trust you, may lose trust. And the vendor agree to quarterly, for quarterly penetration testing moving forward. So when they do their pen testing, they'll be able to see any risk that can be there and find ways to mitigate the risk. And if there's any vulnerability, they find a way also to mitigate that. Does that make sense? Talk to me. You're having free classes. Does that make sense? Okay, question 9. How do you ensure vendor SLAs include security requirements? How do you? So A, the situation, let's go. As part of the TPRM life cycle of Bright Pharmacy, I review vendor contracts, right? So you review their contracts. Ajayi, are you with me? I know you work as a third-party analyst, and many of you here. Yes, okay. So the task now, I know you are learning. Yes, very good. Service level agreement, yes, very good. So the task now, follow me closely. I know some of you are in different parts of the world, so the way you are receiving might be a little behind. Excellent. But that's fine. So we're talking about service level agreement. How do you ensure that your vendor service level agreement includes security requirements? So you review the vendor contract, right? And then task. A mobile app vendor has vague security language in its service level agreement, right? And then action. I worked with the legal and the vendor to include specifics on data encryption, log retention, incident reporting, and audit rights. So they kind of modify and enhance the document to include the needed required. It's a contract they already signed, but they can revise it, review it. Since it's an agreement, they must include legal. They must include it's a contract is signed. So they need to work it. You can't just say, this. No, it needs to go through the regular protocol. So These changes were accepted and became our standard for all technology vendors, so they can sign off of it and also put their initials that some things were changed. Follow me closely, guys. I don't think this is just it's not a game or a play. It's for real. This is what they can ask you question. Don't think, oh, well, I don't need it yet. You need it yet, because a time will come when they ask you this thing, you are not really you don't even prepare with it. But there's two different scenarios. But there's no scenario that I discuss here that is too much or too little. Okay, just note that, because a time will come that you want to discuss and be like, oh, Professor Temi has mentioned this scenario before. Okay, this is what I will do. They can ask you anything. So follow me closely. That's why I bring a lot here. And if you are interested, you really love this, it's in my book series. It's in my 5-book series. This is from book 2, which is all about the third party and all this risk management. Feel free to get that. And it's going to come live on Amazon, but it's actually available on our website, so you can get it. Okay, number 10. What role does continuous monitoring play in third-party risk management? Why do we do continuous monitoring? Why? So, Bright Pharmacy invested in continuous monitoring tool for vendor cybersecurity rating task. I had to manage alerts and access changes in vendor risk posture. So, manage the alert you are getting and the access changes. You assess all the changes. So, action, I reviewed threat intelligence, conduct follow-up when risk scores change significantly. It's just like they're scoring on your credit card scoring. It can go down, it can go up based on some things that happen to your credit, or you bought something you didn't pay, something happened. The same thing can happen to this risk scoring, the same kind of situation, as in some things can affect it to drop to affect it. So if it drops, you get an alert. If it goes up, you can set the alert. So you can always review all these things. So one alert revealed a new critical vulnerability in pharmacy benefits vendors, allowing us to intervene early. So once you notice anything that you have to do to fix that, you have to, just like when your credit card is not paid, and then it shows on your credit history and it affects your scoring, that you have to quickly go and pay so that they will fix it, and then your credit scoring can go back up and be better. So this thing, to anything that we see that is going to affect the vendor scoring, we notify them and they fix it. So just this kind of same analogy. Any questions? If you have questions, put it in the chat, please. What role does business owner play in vendor risk management? We know we have owners, business owners. What is their role? So each department in this Bright Pharmacy was assigned business owner for key vendors. What do you mean by business owner? Okay, so each department was assigned business owner for key vendors. So we have different vendors. So there will be people in the organization that will represent the business owner, that will represent the company with the vendor, because especially when we have a lot of vendors. So task, I had to coordinate with a business owner in marketing. So whoever is in marketing that is using a vendor platform that handle patient outreach data. So if it's marketing, it may be legal, it might be accounting department, tech department. There can be business owners there. They are the point of contact for that vendor. They are the ones that they use that vendor's product. They are the one that, so you are if you are the third party risk management analyst, you will be coordinating between the business owner, right, and that vendor. So that's what we're saying. I had to coordinate with a business owner in marketing using a vendor platform that handle patient outreach data. We use Eramba, we use we have their ServiceNow and so many other ones, right? That are available, very good ones, and OneTrust as well, a lot of them. So action, I provide risk summaries and walk them through assessment requirement and remediation steps. Okay, assessment requirement and remediation steps. So there's so many risks, so we always have risk register, risk owner, the kind of risks that can be involved and asset that is involved in that risk. We have business asset, we have there are different types of assets. So as you are going through with our program, you'll be able to build your own risk register for your project, like Microsoft now, like for the difference one we are starting, Hilton, Netflix, all these are new projects we started on Saturday. I'm sure you guys are in for a treat, right? And then the results. Their involvement ensure faster response time and clearer accountability for vendor issue. So they're able to respond fast so that if there's any issue, we can fix it on time as well. Okay, guys, let's continue. 12, guys. How do you manage vendors who are unwilling to remediate issues? Okay, you will find some stubborn vendors, or they might just be something happen and they don't not really ready to remediate the action. Yes, there might be situations, not that even they are stubborn. So if they are not willing to remediate action or their issues, what do you do? You guys know these are real questions they can ask you. Can you feel that, like when they ask you what can this kind of question, what are you going to tell them? Guys, I want to make sure you are listening to me. Are we here with me? Guys, okay. So one analyst vendor refused to implement two-factor authentication after multiple requests. We asked them what is two-factor authentication? What is that? So I want you to put that in the chat for me. I want to involve you guys, engage you guys. So the task, I was tasked with finding an acceptable path forward. The action, I escalated the issue to legal and leadership and outlined the risk of continued engagement. And result, leadership opted to terminate the contract and switch to a more secure provider, minimizing organizational exposure. Okay, so two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication, guys, what is that? Before I move to the next one. What is two-factor authentication? Yeah, what is that? What is the meaning of that? More LinkedIn user. It's MFA, multiple factor authentication. Yes. Explain to me. Extra layer of security. Yes. What is that? So, let's say, for example, you have your username and your password. That's one factor, single factor authentication. Now, if you now add maybe whenever you're trying to log in and they send you your PIN to your email or to your phone, that's another factor. So that's multiple factor or two factor. Extra step of verification. Excellent. Beautiful. OTP. Yeah, one-time password. Excellent, guys. That's it. Let's go, guys. You guys are doing well. 13. Question 13. What is the relationship between third-party risk management and regulatory compliance? At Bright Pharmacy situation, Bright Pharmacy must comply with HIPAA and PCI DSS. Task. I had to map third-party risk management practices to regulatory standards for audit readiness. Action. I assigned vendor questionnaires and risk scoring with HIPAA security rules, safeguard, and PCI requirement. Okay, I see somebody saying something. I'm coming. And then the result, we pass our annual audits with no third-party risk management related findings. Okay, I'm coming back to explain that. Leading user said, using two-factor of authentication form, what you know, what you have, and what you are. Thank you. So yes, biometrics, what you have, two-factor, what you know. What you know is what? What is what you know? What is what you know, guys? So it's answering question 12. I just brought it back there. What you know is what is only you that knows it. Okay? It can be your username. It can be your password. What you have is your maybe your car card or your dongle or whatever that you have your pin on it, or your phone that you have they send the number to. And what you have is your biometrics, like your finger fingerprint, or your iris, or your voice. You use it to or how you walk, or where you are in the world. So all those things are, yeah, exactly. Thank you, guys. Token, what you have, very good. Password, biometrics, what you are. Password, what you know. Excellent, guys. You guys did well. Very good. Okay, guys. So we are continuing our discussion. Okay, so I went back to show you that question. So question 14. What type of data do you look for in a SOC 2 report? What is a SOC 2 report, guys? What is a SOC 2 report? Situation. I routinely view SOC 2 reports for third-party software vendor. What is SOC 2 report? We're going to come back to that. I want you to give me what is SOC 2 report. Let me see if you remember. For people that have done it, discuss it in class, and we're using it in our third-party projects. So tax, one vendor submitted 70 pages SOC 2 report during onboarding. Action. I check for controls under the security and availability trust principle and view exception and remediation plan. My analysis helped leadership approve the vendor under their monitored use. So we have SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3. SOC 1 type 1 and SOC 1 type 2. Then SOC 2 type 1 and SOC 2 type 2. And we have SOC 3. SOC 1 is for accounting-based, firm, organization, or anything about accounting. So that's about your accounting. So SOC 1 type 1 is when it's for a specific period of time, like maybe today. SOC 1 type 2 is for a maybe couple of for an extended period of time. It can be for 3 months or something like that. So a range of time. SOC 2 is more of our cybersecurity tech-based report. So if it's SOC 1, SOC 2 type 1 is for a specific period of time. Thank you. And SOC 2 type 2 is for a certain period of time. So we have that's what we're saying here, the trusted criteria. We have the confidentiality, integrity, availability, security, and privacy. So we're saying here that it's looking at check for control under the security and availability trust principle. That's the area it's checking. Thank you, Ajayi said, let's see, is for verifying security control. Excellent. So it views that, and by viewing that, those controls, because they're trying to onboard, this vendor. So by my analysis help leadership approve the vendor under monitored use. So they're able to do that. Excellent. So what did you ask? SOC 2 type 1 or SOC 2 type 2? It doesn't matter. Okay. SOC 2 type 1 is for a specific day, time. And SOC 2 type 2 is for an extended period of time. Okay. So you're going to be reading that too during for people that are new, that are in our mentoring and internship program, you will do that live under your project for 8 weeks that we just started. Question 15. How do you obtain a new vendor? How do you onboard a new vendor securely? When you want to onboard a new vendor, how do you do that securely? At Bright Pharmacy, onboarding requires a security and risk clearance process. Underline that, security and risk clearance process. Task, I manage onboarding for a patient appointment scheduling vendor. Somebody that helps you to schedule your patients. If you're in, we know pharmacy is all about patients, right? So action, I completed their risk assessment, checked certifications, and coordinated access provisioning, right? So making sure they provision access to them, they can get access to the systems. And result, the vendor was onboarded with limited data access and service level agreement driven commitments. Based on the agreement we signed with them, they have limited access to at least on board while they may give them more privilege and all that, but for now, while they're on board, they give them all that you need. See, many of you, maybe you are in healthcare, nurse or pharmacy or whatever, you can relate to these things. The major thing is to take this thing back and think about, if I were in this situation, let even take the tech hat off. Because in most cases now, some of you might be doing something similar to this at work, and you don't even know that you are pretty much, the one that, vet the vendors, talk to them, give their paperwork to fill out, try to see if you can work with them. That's pretty much what we talk about third party. You are the one that give the vendors the paperwork. You are the one that, ask them questions. Even the only difference now is that you are technical now, you know what to ask them. But you might have supported your company before to do it, maybe as just like an intern, or as a newbie, or as a technician, or as a pharmacy technician, or as a, help desk support for your hospital or clinic. You will have done some of this work as just, maybe when you're in college or whatever, you might have done some things like this, but you don't know that's what you are doing. That's, you are managing their vendors. You are the point of contact for your hospital or for your pharmacy or for any of, even for your bank. You might have done things like this. So always think out of the box, guys. Don't box yourself. Okay? Don't box yourself. So question 16. Okay? What step will you take if a critical vendor suffer a data breach? Right? So let's look at the situation. A lab testing vendor used by Bright Pharmacy. And most of you were thinking, oh, Prosimi, you are still here. We started a little late, so that's why we're still here. We still want to continue. Should I continue, or you want to call it a day? I'm just kidding. So, okay, a lab testing vendor used Bright Pharmacy. By Bright Pharmacy was hit by ransomware. What is ransomware? Put it in the chat. These are Security Plus questions, right? Task: I led the internal response efforts. Action: we activated the breach response plan, reviewed the incident log, and helped the vendor complete containment. We updated vendor contracts with improved breach response clause and rotate shared criteria. I'm asking, what is ransomware? Ransomware, sometimes when your system got hijacked and then they ask you to pay some money before they can release your system back. That's ransomware attack. Right? So they have to, activate the breach response plan, review the incident logs, and help the vendor complete the containment, right? And then we updated vendor contract with improved breach response clause and rotate shared credentials. So we don't make sure that you don't give your credentials to the wrong people. We rotate that. 17. How do you track document vendor risk over time? How do you track and document vendor risk over time? So that means you must track all your vendors and you must document the risk. So our third-party program was tracked using GRC tool. Okay, thank you, vendor, the LinkedIn user. How to maintain a risk register for all third-party vendors. We're going to build risk register in your new project for people that are new. I created monthly reports of the register, update mediation status, and categorize your risk using heat map, so we know which one is the red area, the yellow area, the red area, which is low, moderate, or high. And this made it easy to report to executive, so that because they're probably looking at colors and external auditor during compliance check. Okay, so how do you ensure vendor service level agreement includes security requirements? Okay, so we actually did this already. Also repetition. Describe a third-party policy you've worked with. Policy. Yes, you're gonna work on policy. We have so many policy templates. You're gonna be doing that. So Bright Pharmacy adopted a third-party risk management policy based on the NIST SP 800-161. I assisted in updating the policy during our yearly audit cycle, and I included new risk threshold, reassessment timeline, and exception approval workflow. The result: the updated policy passed internal audit and was formally rolled out to department heads. Okay, so they're able to update the policy so that it can be rolled out. Okay, so and this other question, let's see. What role does continuous monitoring play in third party? We're treating like we're already treating. This is the 15th question we're treating. So you can go back and watch the video so that you can, you can also, if you didn't have enough time to, maybe you're driving or something, you can still review it. Thank you for everybody that showed up today. Very good. Our security program included continuous risk scoring for vendors. Task: I use BitSight to track changes in vendor security posture. I set up alerts for risk spike, like see if this risk is going to go up or go down. Follow up with vendor whose scoring dropped. Why did it drop? Maybe they can do something to fix that. And we use Eramba for our own. This real-time oversight help us prevent downstream breaches, okay, and build a proactive vendor engagement process. Thank you, Margaret. Yes, ransomware attack that require you to pay money. Is talking about the other question we asked about ransomware. Thank you. Okay, guys, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. So enroll today for our programs. So enroll in our programs, just go to myITUniversity.com, click on register, and then you will be able to register, be able to use the coupon, the 20% off coupon is there. We always have cohorts starting. So you can also reach out to me straight on my phone number, which is going down here. So if you want to join any of our programs, I'm more than excited to get you all started. So the future is tech, So the future is tech. Your future is tech is one decision. Your decision in tech is one step away. It's one step away. I would strongly encourage you not to give up in tech. Just continue. Or if you are trying to break into tech and you've not made up your mind, this is the best way to do that. Start your cybersecurity journey today. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I'm super happy, excited to have you. Okay, you can do well in tech. If you want to do it, I'm going to help you to achieve that. Community is one thing that we do here. If you want to do something successfully, sometimes you have to do it in the community, because life can happen. But if you want to achieve something in life, you do it in the community, and we're here to help you achieve that goal. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm super grateful, and I wish you all blessings. Take good care of yourself, and see you all in class. Love you all. Bye for now.